Good afternoon, my people. What is going on? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I want to welcome each and every one of you to episode 86. Help me help you. I know you guys are like, what is Tank up to today? But I got to say, yesterday we talked about how some of our aspirations for the people who are taking care of our country, we see that it doesn't always line up with what we want. So I'm going to talk today about how we can help ourselves. But before I get into any of that, I want to thank each and every one of you who are streaming live with me across the Wealth Our Way Facebook and YouTube platforms. I want to give the special salute and shout out to Wealth Our Way Nation, the members who watch this program overnight, over the weekend, anywhere they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. And then a heartfelt, how are you, to the Life 101 platform. These guys come and they listen to the audio recording of this very here program. So this is what I want to talk about today. I've asked on numerous occasions how I can be of better service to you. And I want to kind of touch upon a story that started happening for me yesterday. And when I hear things multiple times, I know it's God or what I believe my God to be telling me. I have to bring this to the nation. I have to bring this to Wealth Our Way, to 15 Minutes of Finance, because if it's happening and I'm seeing it, other people are seeing it. So fortunately, we've been blessed to have a wide-ranging demographic of people who follow Wealth Our Way and 15 Minutes of Finance and who get information from this program. So I never know if I'm talking to someone my age, which is 50, someone who's already in retirement, or someone who's just starting out building their financial empire up. But the advice that I stream across the internet is designed for everyone to be able to glean something useful from it, and then to point them in the direction of where they can take a deeper dive into their own personal finances, or they are always able to come through the Wealth Our Way website or through the Facebook page and get individual information for their situation. With that being said, I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday, and I told you guys about how there is a financial pundit, a YouTuber, who tells people what stocks they should or shouldn't buy. I got to give a little disclosure and disclaimer and just some information to you guys, because I realize, once again, I am in the financial services industry. I've been in the financial services industry for almost a quarter century now, to be 25 years. Wow. Next month, man. No, in November. Yeah. So in any event, I know what the difference between being licensed and not being licensed is. I know what being licensed means. Like, people think that being licensed makes you a expert. It doesn't. It means you've passed a very hard test to be able to sell financial products. But I know some real idiots who are licensed financial professionals. So it doesn't make you a genius. It doesn't make you best for people. It doesn't make you better than someone else. But what it does do is it limits what you're allowed to say as general information. I've always found that to be very unfair, so to speak, because I think I'm a wealth of knowledge. But as long as I'm a licensed financial professional, basically meaning that I've passed a Series 7 or a Series 6, 63, 65, all of these different exams that FINRA, which is the Financial Regulatory Agency for Advisors, they govern us. And as a result, we are limited as to what we can say. Now, I know that people want to make money, and they want to make money overnight. And if they think you're going to tell them the next hot stock to buy, they're more likely to listen to you, more likely to come to your webinar. But those people who are doing that, they don't know much more than you do. They literally just got on. So I'll give you a great example. And this is me being completely transparent and vulnerable and self-effacing. My good friend in the internet, my good friend in my mind, and Wealth Our Way family member, Lindsay, asked me to show additional ways to make money. So in August, I did the whole month of quote unquote side hustles. I researched Toro. I researched affiliate marketing. I researched drop shipping. I researched Airbnb. And the reality is that I'm a pretty smart guy. After watching maybe a few hours of different YouTubes, I was able to come on and give you guys a week's worth of information. But by no way, shape, or form did that make me an expert on any of those topics. And what I did was tell you guys, exactly what happened. Hey, I've been looking at this for a few hours. I'm smart. I interpreted it to be a certain thing. I'm telling you the high points. But if you want to do this, you need to go look at this deeper for yourself. Unfortunately, these people who come on the internet and tell you to go buy this stock or this crypto coin, they're doing exactly what I did with Toro and drop shipping. They're looking at a little bit of information and then they're coming on and telling you what they know. Now, let me tell you something. When I first became a stockbroker in 1998 with Smith Barney, I learned something very fast. Being a stockbroker is a salesperson's job. And if you are being 100% honest with yourself and with the people who you are selling things to, you can't possibly look at them with a straight face and tell them you know what you're doing. And here's why I say that. When you want to tell somebody to buy 100 shares of Tesla, what are you basing that on? Have you went to Tesla? Have you went to their headquarters? Have you went to any of their manufacturing shops? Have you talked to any of their employees? Have you attended a board meeting? Have you gotten any information at all outside of what you've read in the newspaper, which any of us can do, that tells you why Tesla is a good idea moving forward? The answer is no. What I learned very quickly when I was a stockbroker was that my job was to get new clients and to get those clients to invest money with me. That was my job. Everybody who's listening to me has a job. I want you to think about your job. How much of your time do you spend doing your job? You spend the most of your day doing your job. So most of my day, most of any financial advisor who works on commissions day is spent trying to get people who will buy things so they can make a commission. Nothing wrong with it. It's good work if you're doing it right. But what you have to think about then is, if the majority of my day is spent being a salesperson, how much of my day is spent actually researching and knowing what the hell I'm talking about for the things I'm selling? And I'll just pause there for a minute because I want you guys to think about that. You got some advisor in your face telling you what to buy. Why do you trust this person? Why do you think they know any better than you know? Now, when I was at Smith Barney and Payne Weber, a lot of the money that we brought in as salespeople went for the company to have a research department. So here's a partial answer to your question. We had a whole department whose job it was to do the things that I just asked about Tesla. They were to talk to the street. They were to go to the companies. They would then create research reports that we, as the sales force, because that's what they called us internally, the sales force, we could read the research reports and the company had an opinion on which stocks to buy. That's not a bad model, because now you have somebody who is completely committed to finding out all the information you need to know on this thing that you need to buy. And then you have the salesperson coming and selling it to you. That's pretty cool. Fast forward to today on the internet, you just got some guy or some lady who has read a couple of news blurbs or heard something on the internet. By the time the news gets to us, the news is no good. I'm going to repeat that. By the time the news gets to us, the news is no good. Now, you're going to say to yourself, if you've ever bought a crypto coin or a stock that you heard hot stuff about and you made some money, Tank, you're wrong. I've bought AMC when everybody was talking about AMC. Hear me out. The news still was too late. What happens is there were a bunch of other people like you who were also late and they went and bought and it caused the price to rise. You can always make money short term speculating. But what I'm here to ask you is, do you want your retirement, your future living, to be as predictable as you betting on this weekend's football games? I would think you don't. And buying individual securities, whether they're crypto coins, stocks, it's not the long range play. The long range play is what, I've been preaching since I started Wealth Our Way, is to buy well diversified exchange traded funds or mutual funds at low cost. I'm talking about 20 basis points, 30 basis points, 40 basis points. That is less than half of 1%. Buying these funds using a dollar cost average strategy to put your money into these funds and then chilling, sitting back and watching yourself get rich. That's the answer. And guess what? Like they always tell me about losing weight, it takes time. I have to go to the gym every day. I have to eat right every day. If I do that over time, I'm going to be washing people's drawers on my stomach for 50 cents. Like, I'm going to look good. But until then, I'm going to be chubby. And I get that. I can jump on an Atkins diet. I can take a water pill. I can go get a waist trainer. It'd be a big ass waist trainer, but I could go get one and I could look better short term. I could feel healthier short term, but it's not the long range answer. So when I entitle a show Help Me Help You, I am looking for you guys to tell me what makes someone tune into a show. I guess I already know the answer. I've said the answer, which is that people always think to get rich quick. But what makes people tune into the advice of somebody telling you, I'm going to tell you that it's time to buy Tesla. I'm going to tell you it's time to buy Microsoft. This is the time. If you don't buy it now, you're missing out. Man, I remember when I was a senior in college, there was an article in Fortune magazine, and it was about Coca-Cola. And my business class head read the article, and they didn't tell us what the name of the company was. And they gave us all these facts about the company and how it was going to go bankrupt, how it couldn't live and survive another year, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the article, they disclosed that it was Coca-Cola. And they disclosed that the article had been written in 1951. So the article was completely ass wrong, because Coca-Cola still survives to this day, 20 some years after I've been out of college. So my point is, bet on yourselves, keep getting information and knowledge from programs like mine. Learn what passive investing is. Passive investing is, as I said, buying low-cost mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, building a diversified portfolios of domestic stocks, domestic bonds, international stocks, international bonds, some small dabbling of cryptocurrency. It's getting the right asset allocation for you, and then dollar cost averaging what you can afford to invest into it. Remember, if you invest too much and then you need money for something, I tell you, Murphy's Law is no joke. If you invest money you can't afford to invest into your investment portfolio, I promise you, the day your car breaks down and you need money out your investment portfolio, which should never happen because you never should have invested your savings or your liquid money. But when you do, you're going to bust the piggy bank open, sell some stocks, sell some funds, sell some coins, and then you're going to pay for this expense. And the next week, the market's going to hit an all-time high just to laugh in your face, because that's what happens. You got to do these things day in and day out. This is blocking and tackling. This is dotting I's and crossing T's. So with that, I want to wish you guys all a happy Thursday. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, Friday. You see, I'm in the car. I'm on my way to my 21-year-old daughter Kennedy's restaurant. Be there soon, but to patronize her restaurant and make her smile. So you guys have a great day. And remember, above all else, that wealth is not only for the wealthy. I'll see you Friday.